I recently read this story. It's a pretty well-known story, I guess, but it was new to me. It's called The Starfish Story, and it goes like this. Once upon a time, there was an old man who used to go to the beach to do his writing. He had a habit of walking on the beach every morning before he began his work. Early one morning, he was walking along the shore after a big storm had passed and found the vast beach littered with starfish as far as the eye could see, stretching in both directions. Off in a distance, the man noticed a small boy approaching. As the boy walked, he paused every so often, and as he grew closer, the man could see that he was occasionally bending down to pick up an object and throw it into the sea. The boy came closer still, and the man called out, "Good morning! May I ask what it is that you are doing?" The young boy paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean. The tide has washed them up onto the beach, and they can't return to the sea by themselves," the youth replied. "When the sun gets high, they will die, unless I throw them back into the water." The old man replied, "But there must be tens of thousands of starfish on this beach. I'm afraid you won't be able to make much of a difference." The boy bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it as far as he could into the ocean. Then he turned, smiled, and said, "It made a difference to that one." I have been all three of these characters in the story many times over. The old man, seeing the vastness of the problem, feeling overwhelmed. The starfish, start feeling helpless and powerless to save itself. And the boy, trying to make a difference to the few. I think through the past several months of the pandemic, the social protests, the hurricane, forest fires, explosions, I have cycled through these characters even more often. I think the hope is for us to eventually be the boy who makes a difference within his reach all the time. But it's okay to be devastated by the enormity of the problems in the world. It's okay to feel helpless, as long as you're not stuck there. The problems are enormous, and it's hard to see how anyone could make a dent. But God's not anyone, and He is bigger and greater than any problem. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. Psalms 121:1. And we are helpless. We cannot save ourselves. But God can, and has already saved us. For it is by God's grace that you have been saved through faith. It is not the result of your own efforts, but God's gift. Ephesians 2:8. When you feel overwhelmed by your troubles, instead of looking down at the beach, look up to the heavens. When you feel helpless, stop thrashing about trying to save yourself and trust in the promise of salvation. Troubles come as often as the waves. As you travel down the beach of life, know that God is bigger than the troubles. Know that He has already saved you, and He's placed you where He needs you to be to throw the starfish in your reach back into the sea. Make a difference where you can. That's why you're here. Have a blessed day.